Hello, welcome back. Last time I got over the castle wall and cleaned up a few other things, and suddenly I was down to 3 cubits total, 2 of which are in this room. I guess I'm doing these now, leaving the most miserable looking one for last. Alright, so let's start with theory crafting for these two. So this could be the end, it might not be, just depends on how these last 3 go. Or if there's some surprise bonus at the end. Alright, so what do I currently know? I haven't worked with the sticky floor in a while. I remember I needed to get in here to get the red speed, to get up there, to get the... to interact with the sticky stuff at all. What do I think is going to be the way to do this? Okay, let's do that first just to see where it puts me in terms of everything else. Okay, right, and it's kind of fiddly and finicky to get that to happen. So, start with this. Get in here. I'm a lot better at this entire process now, though, so... Wow, I did that all perfectly? Okay, well, good for me. Okay, I can get that green one easily. I see exactly how to do it. All I gotta do is modulate my jet on the... at the appropriate time. Wow, okay, I remember this feeling so much harder than it feels now. Turns out I got used to these controls. Okay, well, or I fluked it. Or some of both. The white one, a lot less obvious, but the green one I can clearly see how to get. And it's a single... Whoops, I wasn't holding. It's a single green, so it's not meant to be super difficult. White, though, always quite a puzzle. Whoop! I'd like to put my feet there, just for... nicety, and right, I need to be sure I'm moving to the right there. So I should hold the jet when I'm in that second chamber. Yeah, I do remember this entire process being really hard. It is now not particularly. It takes a little bit of iteration time, but it's fine. So what I need to do is just modulate that better. And if I had bonked my head there... Right, well, first I'm going to get the green one. I forgot that I was modulating. I was just focused on getting there in the first place. But if I remember to modulate, green one should be easy to nab. Okay. That wasn't good modulation. Can I at least bonk? I can. Will this get me the white? It won't. Okay. So that one is much more of a puzzle. Let's just work on that green. Whoops. Okay, so remember to modulate. Good. Oh, I didn't even jump. Okay, remember to modulate. Good. Like that. That was near perfect, but not quite. This. So the whole theory here is by avoiding bonking the ceiling, I get more airtime because my downward momentum doesn't start as early. So I just have to do a jump arc that just barely grazes the ceiling, and then I can get all the way over there. Alright, 2 left. They're both white and both not really understood by me right now. So where that is, I've already bonked my forehead here. That resulted in a little bounce here, a bounce there, and then I rebooted right about here with no upward speed. So I guess the question is, am I bonking elsewhere and rebooting differently, or... I have another idea. Okay. So an extension of what I did for green. It's not going to work. Well, let's get up there and see how close it gets me. It won't be anywhere remotely close, but let's try it anyway. Whoops. So from here I get that close. Is there a way to get just a little bit more jump height? It's teasing me on purpose. So right, my idea was... I go up here, I do that same jump I did for green, then I turn back, and that's going to be my arc, and I will fall well short of it. Other idea, I guess, being that I do a really good thing like I did for green. Get all the way over here, turn around, still be red. Just barely nip that with my feet. And then do a gentle glide down here with full red speed, getting that? How quickly does green steal red? Let's see if I can get an answer to that real quick. Does it do it instantly, or does the gauge decay a little bit first? Like, could I potentially just barely clip the green with my feet and still be red afterward? Did seem like it took it away instantly. All right, well, let's try this at least. Maybe it's just a matter of... No, definitely not. Okay. So there are possibly other bonks I could do? I guess I don't know if I just barely hit a corner. All right, so I tried going down like that. That fell short enough that there's no way that's going to work. Not really going to get a lot of variety in bonk angles there. Guess there's a couple of more spaces to bonk here. But right, I can never jump on green, and I think it steals red instantly. I want to do that one more time and observe very closely. So I'm going to look directly at my gauge. Oops. Well, I'll try and clip this corner just barely and see if it takes away my red then. Because that's the closest equivalent to what I'm thinking of doing here. Wow! Okay, I am glad I tried this long ago, then came back much later, so I can feel just, really? How much more I can get the controls to agree with me now. It would be neat if this game had some sort of level editor or like official expansion campaign or just like... I would love to keep on doing things in this game with this set of mechanics. That seemed to take away my red pretty quick. Yeah, beyond what these were, I think there's lots of potential for further expansion. Like the main game, this is absolutely a full experience, very generous, everything that it needs to be. However, it's everything it needs to be, but there's also room for more. It's both at the same time. Right, I didn't modulate at all, and I should have. What am I doing? Making a mess. Right, okay, so repeat what you did for green, modulate better, try to turn around and be going left when going... I guess I could just put my feet here and try walking left while holding jet. That will not get me very far. But I should at least try it and see what it's like. I'll try and do that entire thing I described. I don't know how much better I could actually modulate compared to when I got green. Not a lot. Like, I took 2 tries, and the first one was only so good. Well, even though I wasn't red, I still held a lot of my speed. But how would I get all the way over here and then full red to the left? Okay, well, let's try the other thing that could possibly work. It's very unlikely to, however. I have to at least try it. It's very unlikely to. But I have to at least try it. No. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to get here. I'm going to stop. I'm going to hold. I'm going to go left. And that gets me nowhere near the thing. Okay. Okay, so just to have tried it, I don't think it will work, but I don't absolutely know. I'll get more information by trying this. There's a bonk spot that I haven't tried today. It's not very high up, but I don't know, maybe it's high enough. So I'm going to go all the way in here, do this turnaround. And on the way out, I do this. That's enough height. I just have to get that to get me under this. Okay, that's probably it then. Alright, let's just try a few different bunks there. And see if one of them might just do the job. Alright, first thing to try, I'm going to bunk a little bit earlier. As soon as I can. That is totally enough. Is it? I think so, yes. I just have to get under that archway, though. This archway right here. So let's try later then. I don't know if I went as late as I possibly could. But that's just the chaos of the bounce. Other than that, I might want to like slow down a little bit. I unredded myself. That's okay. Done. That's it. There we go. Okay. Right, I don't have to be red for that. Okay. Well, there is exactly one thing left to work on. Let's see if I can get it. Alright, so I need to return to, I believe this is the one I want. Okay. Final qubit. This one is a lot, but I don't know, maybe it'll end up being more tractable than I think. Those other two did, and again, right? Mastery of the game has helped me a lot. So, I mean, like, this was already kind of hell to get. I don't have to go as far from up there. Okay, so one thing I observe. I can park myself right there. I can die. Yeah, that's always an option. So I think I'm going to have to modulate a little bit. This will be easier to get myself there. Okay, so modulate a little bit on the way up, but then I have to also be juggling things with my fingers. My other... Okay, so I gotta go up, start left at the... Oh boy, what are the inputs? Jet. Right a little bit so that I can be going left a little bit and have some speed going over this corner, I'm thinking. Somewhere in here I have to release the jet just a tiny bit because a standing jet will do this. Okay, so just the tiniest bit when my head is just about to contact it. Okay, so I have to multitask that while managing my horizontal position. Oh, that's not... Doesn't look so bad when I don't have the pressure on. Okay. I need to not go left so early. I think the small amount of distance I have to cross means I can actually do that. Okay, this does seem more tractable than I thought. I think I can do that from a standing jump, and I don't have to do this unreasonable left-right motion. I need to do that part later. Yeah, so this is a multitasking challenge more than anything it looks like. Well, the first part is. After that, it might be something even more extreme. Gotta cross 3. Yeah, so for those others, I won't have the luxury of... Oh, well, here we go. Alright, so I did the first part. Oh, I did the second part. Oh, I got the qubits. I think I figured it out. That's nowhere near as bad as I thought, and on the way out is going to be at least as easy as on the way in. Like this, right here, this is actually the hardest jump. The rest are easier than that. Oh, okay. Well, there we go. Good. I thought this was going to be a super turbo nightmare. But, looks like it's going to be totally chill and relaxed about it. I mean, yeah, it's spiky. This will take a bunch of tries, and I probably won't have much to say about most of them, so... What all of you will experience is likely just... Suddenly I'm done and I'm getting it. And maybe that's right now? Not yet. Alright, well, I'm gonna work on this. This first jump is still the hardest. There we go. Yep. There we go, that's one. Oops. Oops. One. Okay, yeah, second one a little harder. I did it so naturally a moment ago, but not now. Whoa. Nope. There we go, it's one. Nope. I bet this would be significantly easier if all of them were the same spacing, and that's why they're not. Nah. 1. Nope. Oh! Okay, I tell you, that first one is the hardest. Ah! Nope. Okay, 1. Oops, I held too long. It's funny how long ago it was that I actually touched that qubit, but I've been nowhere close since. One, 2, 3. Alright, third one is completely trivial. Alright. I can get a little more speed here, which might actually work against me. Okay, here we go. That's a new record. Yeah, I saw that coming, but alright, that is a pretty good new record. Pretty close. And then on the last one... Yeah, last one will also be easy. So, this is the hardest. This is the second hardest. This is the second easiest. This is tied for easiest. This is the third hard... No, this is the fourth hardest. This is the third hardest. No, this is the second hardest. That's the third hardest. It's harder because I'm on the way back and in a direction I'm practicing less. And then this is tied for easiest because all I gotta do is get up, modulate a little bit, but I can keep holding right, like I don't have to decelerate at the end. Okay, getting close, maybe. Oh. Oh. No. If I had time to look at my gauge, I'm sure it would tell me all sorts of very useful information here, but I don't have that time. I'm at the top of the screen, the gauge is all the way down there. Okay, good. Aw. Yes? Yeah, almost. Good. Ah. Yes. Nope. No. Yes? Nope. I really got to get my head into the question mark blocks a little bit. If I don't see it penetrate, then I'm probably not making it there. Just don't go too far. Aww. Okay. Okay, I'm here now. Now, left to right. Yo, that was so close, but not quite. Good. No, almost. Okay. Nope. Okay. Okay. Great. All right. Okay. Yo, is that it? That's it. Yay! All right. I did it. I got every qubit. Okay, let's get out of here and talk to a terminal and see if Helios will give me some sort of congratulations or anything. I don't expect an acknowledgement. I expect it to be indifferent, but I will enjoy an acknowledgement if there is one. Let's see, if I want to get out of here... I suppose here's a terminal. I don't even need to get out of here. Alright, terminal. Guest access granted. Timestamp, whatever that is. Our options may have changed. I guess not. Information query. Qubit collection status. 646 out of a possible 646. Okay. No acknowledgements. I was right. Let's read some of these things that I might never have read. Culture of fun, scavenger hunt, collect qubits as you explore, bring them to terminal, any active terminal. Qubits enjoy being in any state, unrecovered, recovered, or in some superposition of the two. Oh, yes, the love of the game, that is here. I'm going to miss this game. It was a perfectly sized meal. Like, it's just, there's a lot of it and it's exactly the right amount. But again, if somehow in some future there were a level editor or an official expansion of this or anything, I would be totally all over that. This is something I already read. There was another menu item I wanted to look at. Checkpoint for... Let's see. Information... Where is it? Is it in here? Hints and help. In-game help menu. I never really read these closely, did I? Assist options. Help from humans. Press jump to learn how to use this hint menu. How do I use the hint menu? Okay. Okay. Oh, look at this. I've successfully revealed the hint. Oh, this is cool. All right. A tutorial and a tutorial. I love it. Hints are tied to your save files, so the hints you've revealed will stay revealed. Okay. Links. That doesn't do anything. Cross-reference link. Jump on a hint with a link will bring you directly to that section. Whoa. Whoa. Return to the page you're on, pressing right and selecting back, then left to exit the menu. Look at this! There's an entire, like, web browser built into this. This is incredible. Yeah, I'm glad I looked at this because there's so much here. What? Is there a left menu? No, just the right one. Idle hints on page. Return to game. There's an index, a table of content. Wow! Okay, yeah, so that'll describe what an anglerfish is. Looks like an energy moat. I'm a little surprised this mechanic wasn't used in more places. It feels like it had huge potential. Again, like, the restraint is part of what makes this good. But I would also, in addition to this just perfection of a campaign, also like to see an unrestrained version of this. I want both experiences. Near contact with the anglerfish's teeth will trigger an emergency warp. Subtle visual difference. Right, one of them's a little darker. Lure's always yellow. Is there a light source? But energy motes will darken a bit when not lit by a light source. Oh, that's how it is. Okay. I never quite keyed into that, but people told me about it. Anglerfish will not chase you if you don't jump or use an energy mote. And if they're not chasing, their teeth are not out, so they are safe to touch. All right, let's read. I'm going to read all these. I'm going to read quick. Only a single way for you to move through an arrow platform. See ladders. Okay, I'll get there. Boost floor. Cross references. Suit UI. Surface. Interesting. Can't stop moving. Cannot change direction. Running state immediately. Get run state in a tight space. And they start running in the direction you're facing. I guess that's just implied. Bumping walls. Okay, this is going to give me some official terminology. I call this bunking. Well, no, this is... Oh, I never quite keyed into that, actually. This is the bounce. I do call this the bounce. I used that down in the strange place. In the tight hallway, I had to go left to right, or something. Try slowing down, and you'll stick to it instead of bouncing. Here we go, exact threshold. Suit UI, horizontal. Okay, so suit UI is the thing at the bottom, I guess. Bouncing around maybe faster than maximum walk speed. Okay, right, of course. Got it. Bumpers. Fixed velocity. Number of angles is continuous. Small differences in position when touching will result in slightly different angles. Yeah, so these are not quantized. You can get any arbitrary angle. Holding jump does not change, but it does give me the speed that I would get with my jetpack there normally, because it reduces gravity. You sure can. Just hold the direction you're going when you hit it. Change direction you're going without losing run status. Okay. I probably did this at some point. I don't remember clearly, though. But I'm sure that happened. Springs. Bumper that only bumps horizontally. That was used in like one little tiny place, I think. Knocked out. Here we go. Related to speed, related to your head. Moving up too fast and hitting your head. Sideways too fast and running into a wall. Sideways too fast and hitting just your head. Less too fast than this. If it's yellow, you're going to bonk. Yep. If it's green, faster than max run speed, you're going to bonk with, do a full body bonk. Oh, that's right. You do need some redness to bonk your head. Yes, of course. I knew this. I just wasn't thinking about it there. Controls completely disabled. 3 seconds. I never measured. You will bounce even on sticky surfaces. Sometimes it's beneficial. Yeah, there was that in the key zone. That's right. Slime floors are what those are called. Yes, and you can do a bonk jump. More height than a normal jump. Yep. This is perhaps the mechanic that showed the most restraint of anything. Like, you could get some ridiculous... I mean, even then I had to do some real chaotic things with it. But it made it pretty clear enough that I was always able to figure it out when this was what I needed to do. But yeah, like an unrestrained version of this could be so much crueler with this mechanic. A jingle will play when your suit reboots. It does say suit. Leaving it ambiguous as to whether there is a human inside or not. Maybe there is. I think I'm a robot, but I don't know. It's probably just unspecified. It's whatever I wish to imagine. Reset zone is what I call a thief. Okay. Reset zone. Got it. And yes, I did see that that exits the knocked out state. That was relevant in one place that I noticed. Maybe others. Bubble launcher. Launch bubbles pop when they come in contact with those. Oh, those bubbles. Right, okay. Bubble launcher, regular bubbles. This is going to be a lot of reading, but I'm doing it all. This is interesting stuff. It's telling me what I already know, but phrased differently. This is officially how to know about these things. Some bubbles are small, but otherwise act the same as normal-sized bubbles. When did I see small bubbles? I think I remember in the same place where the bubble launchers were, right? Maybe? Maybe. Are there jump input? Yes. Okay, so unlike the pinball bumper, this does actually affect it, not just the jetpack. Yes. Are you touching the bubble and are you moving downward? Whether you bounce. You can land on the bottom, controlling when you touch it or when you move downward, of course. Specific heights, of course. Hit the top and hold jump, of course. And that will bonk me, potentially. Big block of text here. If you need to go far horizontally, but the ceiling is so close that high bounce will knock you out, do the low bounce, immediately hold jump. Yes. Oh, is that what regrab means? I don't think of that as involving grabbing. That's the repress, as far as I'm concerned. But okay. Reinforced bubbles. Well, I'll get there. I already read bumpers. That's right. Bumping walls. I already read bumping walls. Why are we out of order? I'm in the alphabetical index. I must have read these not in the alphabetical index, maybe. Override your normal checkpoint. Okay, yeah, that's the soul cage. All my silly terms for these things being corrected with the real ones. So that's a checkpoint override. Won't lose any power cells. Great, okay. Checkpoints. I already read this, apparently. Long ago? Because, yeah, I didn't read this today. Your ship's terminal. Okay. I should talk to my ship just in case it cares about Yeah, I should end in my ship. Let's go somewhere more comfortable. Fold to starport, animation creates a checkpoint here, later on warp. Okay. That's fine. Okay. So back to this. How to use hint menu, go back. No, this is, okay, so I have history. Wow. Alright, so it does clear when I close the menu. Table of contents. There might be stuff in... No, it's fine. Alright, so I was at checkpoints, conveyors. Yeah, I'm gonna speed read for a lot of this. The ones that I don't think I need to... If you move the same direction as your conveyor, speed higher until you have that conveyor. Sure. Why is it... I do have a question about these. Why is it that I jump higher when I'm walking against the conveyor than with it? Walking in the opposite direction, you gain run speed and a smaller distance than normal, of course. Maybe I'm just misunderstanding something. Crossing gaps. Horizontal speed. Hold jump before walking. Jetpack will flare as soon as possible and keep high enough to clear a one-tile gap. If you're running, you don't have to hold jump. That's right, and the those one-way platforms will... They're more forgiving. Two-tile gaps. Running speed holding jump. Walking speed if it's a thin platform. Got it. See water. Gotta reveal the hint to get the link to water. Dark. There's no other way to make these screens brighter. Good to have that clarified. No light switches. Oh, disabled controls. Error sound will play, will flash in your suit UI. And then you have a moment to let it cool down, or you can emergency warp. And sometimes you want that. I mean, yeah, this is all just... No longer send ladders, no longer interact. Was my down ever disabled? I don't remember down being disabled. Okay, so this sounds like it's describing something that never happened in the game. Making me wonder, I guess I haven't done my research to see if there already is some sort of editor for this. Maybe there is. Up, you can no longer ascend ladders, that's the only thing up does. No longer jump or special action. I never needed to special action with this disabled. So yeah, this is like... mechanical possibility space left on the table. I did that in my own game because I had a level editor and I wanted other people to have the opportunity to explore it. And maybe it's the case here too. I sure would. Checkpoint override, yes. Emergency warp or touch or reset zone, of course. Okay, there's a lot of these. Emergency warp of we already read. Out of bounds areas usually have wrong way signs? Sprite looks vaguely familiar. I don't feel like I saw a lot of those. Radiation buildup, pressing the restart button. Jetpack orange, it makes my jetpack orange. I didn't notice that part. Special action, set amount of upward momentum. Hold jump to lower gravity. Can't have more than 6. Okay. Those are called gates, okay. I think that's also the alias of the author who made this, if I'm remembering right. Just like Celeste. Switches, terminals, red coins. Oh, those are coins, okay. Character states and actions, that's right, should be obvious in context. Here are examples. Got it. Harder jumps. Don't need to be on the ground to build speed. Get to full speed in the air and then jump, of course. Hitting a ceiling zero at vertical velocity. Hitting a ceiling zero maturely. Jump arc to move down too soon. We did this today. Feather it so your jump arc ends right below the ceiling to maximize distance. Relevant today. Tap jump to get the lowest jump. Yes. Sometimes it's correct not to jump at all so you don't gain false speed from the extra height. Yes, of course. I think there was never a situation where I had to do that classic platform game trick of jumping before I'm falling so that I can fall faster. There just wasn't a place where that was relevant. And you know, that's thoroughly explored by other games. That's just any platform game with gravity. So any platform game. There are probably platform games without gravity. How would that work? I'll bet there's at least one. Well, without accelerating gravity. There are lots of those. Yeah. Crossing gaps. Hint menu controls. I read this already today. Horizontal momentum. All of this was just a delight to figure out by what the game showed me, but I do also appreciate that I also get to read about it here. If the ground you're on is moving, your max speed may not align with the bars. Interesting. Platform conveyors. Only so behind the first bar. Low in the first bar, against the direction of the ground. Ah, right, okay, that's what you're talking about. Like if I'm getting red speed walking against a conveyor belt. Like the way that this slowly fills up to red, but doesn't have to go beyond here. It doesn't have to go all the way there, just to the max of that. Got it. I've never seen this state. The most I've seen is 2/3. Can you get this? I don't know how you'd get full green. I've never had full green. If you're the gun moving faster than normal speed limits, your speed will be reduced by friction, so stay in the air. Or on ice, sure. Grace period of 3 frames after landing where your speed will not be reduced. Neat! Okay. Friction takes a moment to be... There's also 3-frame jump buffer, 6 frames, 0.1 seconds. Great. Good stuff. I love the specificity here. This entire page is just absolutely beautiful. Well, slow walk. Holding the slow walk button, I never did that. Maybe like in the first episode or something. And the area friction is negligible. By negligible, it's like actually 0, right? I think. Ice. Won't lose speed, also can't gain beyond running speed. Change speeds more slowly, can't start running. Run state does not care about inputs or speed while on ice. Yes. Change directions without losing progress toward running. Yes, that's right. It's neat. Ice was fun to work with. Ooh. Yeah, so we got like a legend here. Wait, where was I? Images and explanations of all game elements. Yeah, so if you just see something and don't know what it's called, come here to look it up visually. This is incredibly extensive. Question mark blocks? Yeah, that's what they're called. Portal, reset zone, moving platforms, conveyors. This is amazing. All of this. Just... Vines, that's right, those do exist. Those were rare. They were in the SOS zone, and maybe not much of anywhere else. Turret, that's what the little star in the background is called. Key wall, key reset zone. Secrets. Light, dark, secrets, okay. Reset zone, light... Objects will appear outside, bright side, secrets. Hidden objects will not appear at all outside of the light. You can interact with hidden objects as normal, etc. Any object can be fake or hidden. The light shows the truth, but I have to actually shine the light to see the truth. Interact, sure. Jetpack, sure. Jump height. Of course. Lowest possible, tap when stationary. Clear obstacles half a tile high, little room to spare. Alright, gonna go fast. 5 tiles, yep, I measured that recently. Whoops, not what I meant to do. Many cross-references. Sorry, what am I reading? Jumping from ground. Apply initial amounts. Horizontally jump velocity. Wasn't I just reading this? Not quite. 3-frame buffer. Press 3 frames before you touch the ground. This game does not have coyote time, and it needed to not because of the jetpack mechanics. Crossing gaps. Key doors. Blue key doors will close when an emergency warp is triggered. Right, and green does not. Closing blue keys unlocked is reset for any reason. Okay, I forgot about the exact details of all that. Inert is what a gray key is called. Only reset the key that touches it, not all keys. Touching has no effect. Resets the blue door. Orange diamond wall. All the keys interact. No multi-carry. Yup, different ways to throw. I kept finding new ones. Reading real fast now. I think I know all that. Otherwise identical normal keys. Permanently inert if used green. Standable. Jumpable. Pick up, impart their momentum, throw and jump can get you to high places. Right, I did do that, yes. Because you can't get on a ladder if your feet are not on some sort of ground. Oh yeah, that's right, I did that lots. Yeah, that was pretty funny. Knocked out, we just read this. Ladders. So some of these are just revealed always, I guess because these are just basic descriptions of mechanics, not hints. Dismounting, of course, I just sort of did that naturally, it was perfectly intuitive. Endpoints and lasers are often switches. Often, not always. Terminals, red coins. Character states and actions, obvious by context. Right, carrying or installing power cells like the one I was just standing next to. Facing, holding jump, every time you jump, yes. Lava! Oh, that's interesting. Not so much a hint about the lava, but about something that happens to be around it. I just read this. Oh boy. This is an index page of its own, so I don't need to look at those because they'll all be gotten here. Platforms that move, yes. They can do whatever they want. Yeah, of course. Walking off platform will cause you to continue to move upward, yep. I Extra momentum. Speed limits are relative to the ground you're standing on. Yep. These were explored fairly thoroughly, though I'm sure there's lots more you could do with them. Object of the game! Collect power cells. You do not need to collect all the power cells in the game in order to win. 9 to win, 1 from the enter area, 8 from the derelict ship. The derelict ship is the name of where I am. Okay, there we go. I think that's the first time that name was actually written out with that syntax. 4 power cells you can skip. Got it. Only way to go down through is with a ladder. Yep. Okay. Read all this. Portal transports you from one area to another. Some will not appear until you're near them. Doesn't drop qubits, doesn't drop power cells. Right, yeah, some portals only activate when certain conditions are met. All these conditions are getting to a specific area using the other side of the portal. I never got a great feel for what those conditions were. They just sometimes showed up when I got to a certain distance. Or got a certain amount past them, or used the other end. Anyway. In general, harder challenges the road more qubits. In general, not always. Oh wait, you're saying... See a total value from the option switch save file in the main menu. Okay. I never paid attention to the switch save file thing. Similar to multi outlines. Revert when you touch a reset zone. Of course. Just like in the game they came from. More punishing than normal ceilings, they push me downward. Feather your jetpack, yup, that very much was just done today. Radiation! Boo particles and a crackling sound. Emergency warp, leave an irradiated area, it'll decrease. Can't reduce other than don't be there. Radiation buildup is blocked by water. Okay, so if in water in a irradiated area, you don't receive more, is what you're saying. Okay. Right. Got it. Stay collected forever. Reinforced bubble. What were these? Except it can't pop. I don't clearly remember where those were used. Like, a bubble with a white outline looks vaguely familiar. But I can't place when and where I saw them. All the things that does. Many, many things. Okay. Not that many, but enough. Running, that's like the main mechanic of the game. Beep beep. Conveyors, boost floor. Everybody's going to see the length of this video and think, oh man, those qubits took a long time to get. They are now like less than half of the video at this point. Beep beep. Moving to vertical lines. Moment on the ground slow until you exit run state. But that doesn't happen immediately. Slime floor does it too. Safe to change directions, of course, and bumpers and all that. Okay, secrets! See light. Oh, okay. Oh! That's right, there were a couple of those around, like, near Greg Billups' notes. Not very many, that's a rarely seen thing. Yeah, there were a few arrows, I remember that. Ah, many mean run, okay, I didn't know that specifically, but I probably intuited it where I needed to. Danger. There's the cake! I figured out what it was eventually. Wrong way. Yeah, that's right, I do remember seeing that a time or two. Also rare. Vertical momentum bar, when stuck, it's stored, and then you can keep going upward. It's neat. Just be sure you don't bonk. Sometimes you need to use other items to get enough speed from exiting ceiling slime. See bubbles? Okay. Floor slime is sticky, prevents you from jumping, you're stuck to the floor, prevents you from running. If you are currently running, it will force you to walk. And it instantly knocks you out of run state. That's not like a slow thing like stopping pressing the direction. It is instant. So that's one nuance I noticed that this does not explicitly call out. Sticky reduces gravity. Cannot bounce. Okay, that was not specifically used much. It probably mattered in a few places, though. And potentially knock yourself out. Oh man, I am going to miss this game. Okay, now hang on. I think I need to go to the subpages here to see all this stuff. Yeah, okay. I might be missing some subpages. Both jump and special action. Box is missing. Disabled controls. All this is stuff we know, I'm pretty sure. Max walk speed, about to run. Fast and max, not yet running. Fully green second bar. I do not know how to achieve this state. Do I? Have I ever done it like with a pinball bumper or something? I know a conveyor can't do it, or at least I was never able to make one do it. Okay. And that'll bonk you. Maximum, okay. Store momentum will be released when contact ends with ceiling slime, of course. Yep, that jump reference. Man, that thing was so good. Yeah, this display at the bottom, this was a brilliant innovation. Just like, I hope this is this like starts a trend of this sort of thing being in high precision platform games. Because this feels like just genuinely a great idea that everybody should steal. But we know who did it first and best. That's probably not actually true. I mean, I know input displays have been around for a while. I know which one I experienced first that I remember. A much, much weaker statement. Number of pink squares, a value of qubits, yes. I saw what happens when I have too many to display. One level of too many to display at least. Radiation bar, right, okay. Energy motes. That's right, that's what those looked like. Getting, like, crosstalk with elementalist elements here. Remembering what those look like, but those are different. That's a whole other game. Special surfaces, right, okay. Ceiling slime, floor slime, wall slime, ice. Oh, I never noticed the boost floor one that I remember, but that makes sense it would be there. And I read this already today. Okay. There was another page that had a bunch of subsections here. Where was it? Movement? Oops. I think all of these are... Yeah, I don't think any of those are not in the alphabetical index. Yeah. Oh, there's more. Right, the energy motes, lasers. Lasers? Oh, yeah, that's right. Sometimes it's a laser disable button. And keys. Oh no, the suit UI is in the alphabetical index. This is probably everything then. Okay. Horizontal bumper, can stand on top of it. Okay, so we're probably almost done here. Turret. Not always on, but can be triggered by certain conditions. Homing missile, sure, and then there's the lightning version. Wait, vertical momentum, there is stuff here. Same in both directions. Oh, that's fun. I mean, sure, terminal velocity is terminal velocity. Vines. Sure, of course. Have to balance. Of course. The state you're in when you're not running! That's what walking is! Less light radius. Less speed both ways, less acceleration, less friction, less gravity, less of everything. Because it's more of everything. Can't start running, but you can stay running. That's right. Yep, I had to do that in a strange place. And the last one, my ship's terminal, which is already fully revealed. I don't think I actually read this, though. What about fold to nearest starport? It doesn't tell me about that. Okay. Well, that was a treat right there. I loved that whole system. Alright. So, let's take one more look at the map. Yeah, so I certainly never activated these and they appeared to be unactivatable. That looks like something incomplete, but I understand why it looks that way. Yeah, no qubits anywhere, all the places I've been, all the little white dots, and nothing else left over. So, let's fold to starport. We're done with the Derelict ship, and done with this beautiful, beautiful game. I will see you again for something else.